Mitakai Oreson? Don't stop me if you've heard this before. So, a guy named Joe. He is a man of faith. He's had profound faith in the Almighty all his life. He believes that God will provide. And God will rescue him, pluck him out of any adverse situation. He and his family. Just so happens that Joe lives on a floodplain. And one week, man, the clouds, storm clouds gather, and they open, and they thunder, and they rubble, and there are lightning strikes, and it pours. The rain comes down and trashes his car because it rises, right? The floodwaters rise, and they trash his car and the cars of his neighbors. And the water works its way up the trunks of the trees and up the walls and the fences and the walls of his house, until finally Joe is forced to find safety on the roof of his house. And as he's there, the Red Cross sends a number of rescue boats, and one comes right along Joe's house, and they said, "Hey, fella, come on in. Get in the boat. We'll rescue you." And Joe says, "No, I have faith. God will provide for me. So thank you, but no thanks." And the Red Cross folks are just baffled. Why? Yo, fella, what are you doing this for? He said, "You should have some faith too. You'll see. I'll be vindicated." Well, the water keeps rising. And this time, the water has risen to the level of his feet. Joe's at the peak of the roof, and the water has come up that high. And this time, Sean Penn comes along in a boat. He says, "Dude, come on. Come on, get in the boat." And Joe says, "No, Sean Penn, you're from Hollywood. I know your type. You should have faith. God will rescue." Sean wants to, but he doesn't. He reins himself in because he has other people to rescue. And a little bit later, as the water is now up to his knees, a helicopter comes by, flies down real close, and the rescuer yells out with the megaphone, "Sir, grab a hold of the rope ladder. We will rescue you. We will save you." And he said, "That is blasphemy. God will rescue me." And again, the helicopter crew, they had other people to rescue. They couldn't spend their time trying to argue with this guy. And guess what happens? The floodwaters continue to rise. They cover the house. They cover Joe. He really can't swim. And he dies. And he goes to heaven. And when he gets to heaven, he's got a little bit of an attitude. And he says, "Yo, Pete, get your boss over here. I thought that God, I was told, I believed with all my heart that God would rescue me. I kept telling people, I have faith. God will rescue me." And Pete says, "Hold on. Let me go get the big man." God comes on out. Joe has the same lament. "Where were you? You said you would have my back. You would take care of me no matter what because I have faith. Where were you?" And God just looks at him and says, "Are you kidding? Who do you think sent the 2 boats and the helicopter?" Peace. 4 fingers.